Hello, viewers. I'm really excited to come your way today with a very educative program known as The Student. This program handles students, especially those students who have some challenges in their academic work, by way of giving them the strategies and guides that will help them to excel academically. Have a good morning. My name is Samuel Edu, an educationist, commonly known as Uncle Sam. I would really appreciate it if you can call me Uncle Sam. This program is purely about the student and it is in series. The aim of the program is to give you as a student a step-by-step approach in excelling academically. In so doing, it gives you an in-depth knowledge of what to do to become one of the best students in your school. It is my wish that you follow me through all the series, and by close of the whole program, I believe you won't regret spending your energy and resource on the program. This program is a series of sessions and is going to take some time to finish all of them. Remember, I am here to make you one of the best students wherever you find yourself in this world. This is my own unique way of making the society a better place to live, whereby everyone will have the edge to appreciate the need to get educated. All categories of students can gain from this unique experience, ranging from primary to the secondary schools and further to the tertiary. The main focus is on primary and secondary school learners. It will really be careful to follow all the series. Don't skip any of them. And please don't forget to press the subscriber button. This is the only way I can be researched to bring you the other series. In case you have any problem as a student, don't hesitate to contact me on WhatsApp number +27 608 420 481. I repeat, +27 608 420 481. This is my WhatsApp number. You can also call me on +233 553 676711. +233 553 676711. You can also email me your comments, questions, and complaints to lordpasha2007@yahoo.com. I think I have to spell it for you. It's a bit long. LOLDPASHA2007@yahoo.com. Let me repeat. LOLDPASHA2007@yahoo.com. Let's proceed to the counseling class now. Welcome to the counseling class. Today's lesson will begin with the theme you and your environment. From there, we will proceed to the next topic, which is the journey of education. Afterwards, we will end the whole session with the last topic, that is knowing yourself better. So we are going to have a look at 3 topics. But before I start with the first topic, let me give you an overview of the 3 topics. It is believed that to start doing something, you need to first know your position and the environment within which you are operating. This will help you to adjust to every situation you find yourself in. It will help you to perform well, given the opportunities and threats in the environment. In this case, the school environment. You should also understand that everything you do is a process. You start from somewhere and you end somewhere. This process, in other words, is what we call a journey. So in our case, we have embarked on an educational journey. And this journey started the first day you stepped your feet into the classroom. But what's more, if you can begin this journey and finish it well, you should be able to know yourself better. Knowing yourself better will help you to measure well whether you can finish this journey or not. So let's quickly proceed to the first theme, that is you and the environment, or you and your environment. Let me make a very important point here. Studentship is a very awful situation. in that one has to go through a series of complicated training for a number of years. It is not just any training, but training that requires hard work, dedication, determination, consistency, discipline on the part of the student. It requires long hours of effective learning and sometimes sleepless nights. Besides, it requires that one interact continuously and appropriately on the school environment. What therefore is the environment? The environment refers to the conditions and influences that affect your growth and progress. The school, for our purpose, is an institution intended for teaching students under the guidance of teachers and under the management of the appropriate authority. To combine the two separate terms, that is, the environment and the school, we can define the school environment as the conditions and influences that affect the growth, either physically, mentally, or emotionally, of the student and the school at large. Let me repeat this point. The school environment is referred to as the conditions and influences that affect the growth of the student physically, mentally, or emotionally in the school at large. As you may be aware, the conditions and influences constituting the environment can be physical. So in this case, we have the physical school environment, which comprises the physical layout of the school buildings, including the classrooms, the library, the laboratory, the auditorium, the canteen, the accommodation facilities, sporting grounds, and the general decoration of the compound. The conditions and influences can be social. In this case, we have the social school environment, which comprises the rules and procedures, organization of teaching and learning activities, relationships existing among students, teachers, between students and teachers, students and management, teachers and management, and what have you. Within the general environment is the learning environment, which may be within or outside the borders of the school. The school library or the community library is a learning environment. For instance, the classroom or a place in your house may be a learning environment, depending on how you design them using the required learning materials. Technically speaking, learning environment means the diverse physical locations, context, and cultures in which students learn. The student's success is highly contingent on his interaction, specifically on the overall school environment as well as the general environment. Do not sit on the fence. Bear in mind that you have the choice to use the environment to your advantage or disadvantage. The ultimate aim of your school authority, as well as the educational authority, in this case the government, is to create a learning environment favorable for all learners and conducive to better education that aims at solving the society's problems. This learning environment is created and you have very minimal or no powers to change it. But interestingly, you have the power to progressively restructure yourself to gain as much as you can from it. Remember, there is a first time for everything. Your first day in school, which you may not at this stage vividly give an account of what actually transpired. However, you can really give an account of your transition from the primary school to the tertiary to the secondary school. Your mood, the loneliness, the newness of the school environment, among others. From primary 4, you began to make sense of the world around you. But the world made sense at the secondary school. This is very important, just as looking at the whole process as a journey. A journey which started from the first day you stepped your feet into the classroom to acquire formal education, as I've already said. Viewers, this brings us to the end of the first topic. Let's quickly proceed to the next topic, that is the journey of education. The journey of education requires that you know who you really are. If you know your identity, you can foretell how far you can go in the journey, and you can put in extra effort to get you far. It's just like driving a long distance with your own vehicle. You first have to assess the strength of your car. In other words, you have to know your car better to accurately determine if it can get you to your destination. This journey of education, I must tell you, is a complex one. In this journey are thousands of people trying to reach their destinations. Embedded in this journey are a lot of perceptible and imperceptible challenges over which you have the power to control, manage, or eliminate. This power is your control mechanisms and problem solving skills. This journey is a choice in its own way, and there is uncountable number of choices to make in the course of the journey. In this journey are three categories of people. First, those who will stop along the way because they have lost hope. Second, those who will stop along the way with the mindset that hope is lost, but later continue on realizing that hope is not lost. Then third, those who will be tenacious throughout and reach the right destination. Stick to it once you start until you are there. Let me repeat this point. Stick to it once you start until you are there. This is one of my personal principles. In fact, these principles has really guided me since my childhood, and it has really helped me to achieve a lot in life. Giving up in the academic journey cannot be justified. It doesn't matter much where you were born, and it matters not your gender. It matters not much whether you are physically challenged, and it matters not much your religion of affiliation. Use every available opportunity to complete the journey. If it is about challenges, why don't you convert them to opportunities? This is the I can do spirit. You can do it. It is not out there since you were born, and it's never out there in the journey. It is just covered up, discover it, and forge ahead. Let me take you back to the 1992 Barcelona Olympic Game. There's this guy known as Derek. Derek is an athlete who was determined to finish the 400 meters race with a gold medal. Along the line, he had a serious knee injury and fell down. He was in excruciating pain and shouting whilst his colleagues were trying to finish the race. Eventually, all of them crossed the finishing line, but he was still on the floor. Suddenly, he got up and limped to the finishing line in that pain. He even burst into cry, but was able to finish it with the support of the father, who happened to be his personal trainer. The central idea here is that he was determined to finish the race regardless of the pain, the disappointment, the sorrow, and what have you. This is the spirit of resilience, the spirit of determination, the I can do spirit. In other words, being relentless in your effort. This is the cardinal principle of success. If you can really succeed in whatever you do, it has to do basically with your spirit of determination. This journey we are talking about is possible on condition that we know ourselves better. So let's move on to the last topic, that is knowing yourself better. The aim of this last topic is to help you to assess yourself and to know yourself better, so that you can know what and what not to do in the course of the educational journey. I would like to give you a very simple assignment. I would like you to test yourself at this time to see if you know yourself better and the school environment within which you are operating. In just a few minutes, I want you to close your eyes now and begin to reflect on three things. I'm going to guide you throughout the assignment. So we are going to focus on three things: your past, your present, and your future. Now we are starting with the past. I'm going to give you some important questions to reflect on. The first question is, what is it that you did right, and what is it that you did wrong? Let me repeat. What is it that you did right, and what is it that you did wrong? The second question is, did you learn something from what you did right and wrong? I repeat, did you learn something from what you did right and wrong? The next question is, did it make any positive influence on your life? I repeat, did they make any positive influence on your life? Then the last question is, how did you link your past to your present? Let's pause here. I want you to reflect or think about these questions as you reflect on the past. Now let's move on to the next part of the assignment. That is your present. Once again, I'm going to give you some questions to think about. The first question is, what is it that you are doing now? I repeat, what is it that you are doing now? The second question is, what are you doing well and what are you not doing well? What are you doing well and what are you not doing well? The next question is, what efforts are you making to improve what you can't do well? What efforts are you making to improve what you can't do well? The next question is, what efforts are you making to better what you are doing well? What efforts are you making to better what you are doing well? And the last question is, how are you linking your present to your future? Once again, these are the questions I would like you to reflect on as you try to reflect on the present. Let's move on to the last aspect of the assignment, that is your future. And I'm going to give you some questions also to help you reflect on your future. The first question is, what would you like to do or be in the future? The next question is, do you have the capability to do it well? I repeat, do you have the capability to do it well? And the next question is, what do you think are some of the inabilities that can impact on what you want to do? The next question, that's the last question. What do you think are some of the inabilities that can impact on what you want to do? I give you some time to reflect on these questions also, as we try to give a detailed analysis of your future. The aim of this assignment is to give a total reflection of your life, comprising of the past, the present, and the future. Some few minutes to bring your reflection to an end. You can now open your eyes. I hope this has really found you well. You can now proceed. It is an established fact that if you can start and do something better, you should have a situational analysis of yourself, who you really are and where you are, so that you can pinpoint what you should actually do to get it done. Self actually refers to your essential being reflected in your typical character or behavior, which may be temporal or permanent and which distinguishes you from others. A very good point. Let me repeat my point. I said self actually refers to your essential being reflected in your typical character or behavior, which may be temporal or permanent and which distinguishes you from others. It is your total typical personality or individuality. Yourself is also reflected in your typical interest. It is simply put who you truly are. The question of who you are is answered by your self-concept, which refers to the way you think about yourself or assess yourself. Your thought about yourself may be right or wrong, and it is a great determiner of how others see you. If you perceive yourself to be mathematically weak, This may negatively influence your behavior in mathematics class and hence your classmates' perception and treatment of you. Conversely, how others see you or think about you may also influence your self-concept. Self-construction, self-perspective, self-structure are some of the terms that are used to describe self-concept. It takes time to know yourself better in the same way as it takes time to know other people and the world around you. This is attributed to the fact that there are certain hidden talents in you which you may not be aware of. The extent to which you know yourself constitutes your self-awareness. What therefore is self-awareness? Self-awareness is simply your understanding of your personality or individuality. It is how you consciously understand your thoughts, your beliefs, character, motives, interests, desires, among others. It also embodies your knowledge about your strength and weakness. Development of self-awareness is believed to be very important in that it helps you to understand yourself better, understand other people, and position you to respond appropriately to them. In the same manner, development of awareness of the world around you is important if you need to know how best you can fit in. Increasing your knowledge about yourself is also important because it positions you to make changes in the interpretations you make in your mind. This changes your emotions and eventually the way you behave. Your self-concept may be as a result of your self-awareness, which determines the value or respect you attach to yourself. The value and respect you have for yourself constitute your self-esteem. Self-esteem, therefore, is the decision you make about your worth in the society. It is your emotional, subjective evaluation of how important you are. It is the question of how best you appreciate or like yourself. Let me quickly, remind you of a very, important distinction Mark and Smith made between self-concept and, self-esteem. This is how they put it. The self-concept is what we think about the self, and self-esteem is the positive or negative evaluation of the self, as in how we feel about it. Let me repeat the distinction. The self-concept is what we think about the self, and the self-esteem is the positive or negative evaluation of the self, as in how we feel about it. Self-respect is the level of pride and confidence you have in yourself. It is often reflected in statements like this class researchers have agreed that your self-concept, self-awareness, and self-esteem are influential predictors of academic achievement, happiness, satisfaction in marriage and relationships, and criminal behavior, and therefore should not be undervalued. Situational analysis of yourself has to do with knowing better your strength, your weakness, and where your interest naturally lies. What you can do is as a result of what you are naturally endowed with and what you have learned to do through your interaction with the total environment. Viewers, this brings us to the end of the first session of my series. In our next session, we will go into more detail about the self by looking at our weakness vis-a-vis our strength. Once again, remember to press the subscriber button and remember to WhatsApp, call, or email me your comments, questions, and complaints. Don't also forget to share this link with any student you know, especially those who seem to have academic problems. I am at your service, remember? Have a blessed day. Bye bye.